gon' party like it's your birthday. We gon' sip like it's your birthday. And you know we don't give cause that's your birthday. You can find me in the club, full of mama, I got what you need. If you need to fill up, I'm in the habit, I ain't in the making. So come give me a hug if you're in the getting. You can find me in the club, full of mama, I got what you need. If you need to fill up, I'm in the habit, I ain't in the making. So come give me a hug if you're in the getting. When I pull up out front, you see the Benz on dub. When I roll 20 deep, it's always drama in the club. Now that I roll with Dre, everybody show me love. When you sell like Eminem, you get plenty of groupie love. Look, homie, ain't nothing changed, bro. Been hit with a but I don't walk with a limp. In the hood, in the lady saying 50.
Tonight's the night for football, everybody. The bright lights are on, the stage is set, and the crowd is ready. It's Monday Night Primetime on EA Sports. Straight ahead with a nationwide audience tuning in. It's a Monday Night Primetime showdown between the Minnesota Vikings and the Chicago Bears. It's our Monday night opener for the season. Both teams are set up, and off we go. Kadarius Toney now to return it. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line.
The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Offense out now to get us started. It's first and 10. They'll run for the first time with their rookie from Michigan. And this play reaches the 35 before it comes to an end. It's a gain of 11 there, and that picks up the first.
Let's see, Kate. Establish the run, cash in on the opening drive, and play from in front. That's the dream scenario to any contest, and runs like that gets the ball rolling.
All set to go now from the 35. Play action, McCarthy. Escapes the pocket. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on first down.
That may not look like much, and on tomorrow's grade sheet, it'll just be an S for satisfactory, but that's a good decision. Know where to go with the ball, and don't put it in harm's way.
Following the incompletion, we stay at the 35. It's second and 10. From the shotgun, McCarthy. This is reeled in by Taysom Hill. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And the Vikings are going to have a first down.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
Here's first and 10 from the 47. They'll go from the gun with Edwards. And second down's going to be a good bit tougher. He can't even get back to the line. This play loses yards.
It's a loss of 2. Brings up second and 12 at the Bears' 49-yard line.
McCarthy fires out wide, complete. And he's got his guys into the red zone before someone can force him out. He picks up 28 on the play. And that means a fresh set of downs for Minnesota.
That's just so good. I mean, that is teaching tape right there. It's what you want your guys to do. To not just catch it and fall down, but have a plan. Yes, you got to catch it first, but then have a plan to go attack. Be aggressive. Get those yards after catch. That is a job well done.
19 tight. 19 tight. 60 back. Panther 11. Panther 11.
From the red zone now. Pulls it at the 7. And he stopped as we get closer to our first points of this ball game. It's going to be first and goal now.
The numbers are pretty clear, Kate. You get explosive plays. Those explosive plays on drives lead to points. You can't ask for a better start offensively.
The career is more at stake when you win your prime. That paper, baby, my face on the dotted line. I've been flying out of town for some peace of mind. It's like always, they just want a piece of mind. I've been focused on the future, never on.
Perfect way to start the season as their opening drive has reached goal to go.
Here we go. Half the 60, half the 60. Steady.
Back to throw, Hill. And he rips this one out and over the back of the end zone, incomplete. So they fire for the end zone on first down, Brock. I think a lot of folks probably assume after the incompletion it'd be a run here on second and goal. What say you?
Yeah, I think you always got to be careful about assuming as a fan, as a defensive coordinator. I think as an offense, you've worked on it all week, continue to get to the stuff you trust the most.
Quick pass, right side, complete. And that's a Minnesota touchdown. The Vikings finish up an excellent opening series. It's a Justin Jefferson touchdown. One after try good by Reichert. And the Vikings take a 7-0 lead as he starts this year 1-for-1. Here's Reichert set to kick this away. Devin Duvernay to return it. Spins out of one side. And he gave it his best to get to the 25, just a step or two short of it. He's out along the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
Bears making their way up to the line. Here comes first and 10. Now here's DeAndre Swift on the ground. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on second.
At the 25-yard line.
Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on second down. Working from the gun, Williams. Got a man, it's Colston Loveland. And he's going to be taken down here after he takes it to the 45. So 20 yards on that play. And it'll be first down Bears. I'm not going to call this a must-score drive here in this first quarter, Brock, but when your opponents start the game with 6, it feels like you need some sort of answer.
You need a response, right? You need a response. You don't need all these home runs or big highlights. You just need to keep matriculating that ball down the field.
Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play.
These linebackers of today, they are so quick. They're so twitchy. You don't get a body on them in a hurry, they're going to stick you right at the line of scrimmage.
First down run netted him nothing. Here is second and 10. Out of the gun, here's Williams. Finds his running back, DeAndre Swift. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory.
Rhythm. You hear me talk about rhythm a lot. Whether it's a golf swing, a baseball swing, heck, even a bowler gets himself into rhythm. And I'm just telling you, kid, from experience, these little throws to running backs, it's one of the best things to get your offense into rhythm and a nice little gain on top of it.
Third and just 2 to go. throwing now on 3rd and 2. Oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Caleb Farley has it. Already in an early hole on the scoreboard. That is not what they needed in response, Brock. Giving away possession with the pick.
You know, we got a lot of game left, obviously. Nowhere close to them putting it away. But you can see things starting to unravel a little bit, even after just 2 possessions. A touchdown here could really continue that momentum towards an early runaway.
Here's McCarthy, 1st and 10. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
That's what I call complimentary defense right there. That pressure by the group up front, that leads to the incompletion and to the benefit of that secondary.
So still 10 to go on 2nd from the 33-yard line. From the shotgun, McCarthy. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Tough one to retain through that hit. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long.
I love that. Now, I love that defensively right there. It's about the only thing you could do to the tight ends at this level. You have got to disrupt them. You have got to match their physicality with even more physicality, and it forced an incompletion.
Last pass unsuccessful. Let's see what they do on 3rd down. Here he goes, 3rd and long. Has him on the quick hitter. Down the left sideline he goes. And he takes this in. Touchdown, Minnesota. The Vikings pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. And that right there, Brock, is a touchdown I think our fellow broadcaster Greg Olsen would be proud of. A big strike to the tight end that I don't think a lot of receivers could have pulled off and make it look as easy.
You know, a lot of times you're splitting hairs talking about the differences between tight ends and receivers at this level because a lot of those guys, they work the same route tree and they move with the football, well, just like their receiver teammates. And they can score some lengthy touchdowns too, just like he showed off.
Wasn't accurate on the extra point, but he should be able to keep this between the sidelines, hopefully, as he sends this away. Here's Duvernay on the return. He lost the football. Oh, man, lucky break there. He falls on it himself. We nearly saw their problems really start to snowball following that touchdown.
Well, Kate, I think he was in full-on panic mode for a brief moment. He just made sure it never overwhelmed him. Calmly picks it back up. May have lost him some yards, but at least it didn't lose them the possession.
Chicago bringing the offense to the line. It's 1st and 10. Play clock ran all the way down there, and this is going to cost the offense. A little slow to operate the offense, and they're going to back it up as a result of that penalty. They'll have to come up with 5 extra yards now after that first down flag. On play action, here's Williams. It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. And the Vikings have it as he records the first interception of his young career. So their second drive ends just the way their first one did, Brock. And if you are the coach down there, man, you've got to be fuming.
Yeah, so frustrated, right? 2 drives in, you still can't get your game plan at all. Not a series you're going to keep ending prematurely. You don't want to be playing behind schedule right from the start of the game, which is exactly where they found themselves.
And he's not quite that fast. Let him just a bit too much. That's incomplete.
Well, it's hard for me to get too mad at him for missing a touchdown when he's already got 2 in his pocket. Maybe fantasy managers might not agree with me on this one, Kate. But don't worry, as hot as he is, I bet you a third one's coming at some point.
McCarthy trying again on second down. Grabbed by Jordan Addison. And he's taken down as they very quickly get into first and goal.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Edwards on the shotgun handoff. Well, so much for finishing things on the ground, huh? He is stopped at the line. They're going to have to regroup now on second and goal.
You know, Kate, these are the situations in training camp that I love more than anything to watch. You learn so much about a football team in these goal-to-go situations. You know you got to protect that goal line, and the defense, well, they did the job on first down. More to come.
Chased out to his right. And he's going to score a touchdown, Minnesota. The Vikings parlay the interception into points. J.J. McCarthy, the touchdown. Reichard there to tack on the extra point. And the Vikings push the lead to 20. Here's Reichard set to kick this away. Here's Duvernay on the return. And he's out of bounds, up beyond the 30.
The Bears take over first and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
New set of downs for him from the 31. First down throw by Williams. Vikings get there. They're going to win this round. And the drive begins with a rough first step there. That's going to bring up second down.
Desperation's a tricky thing, Kate. You love defenses when they're desperate and they're just playing on edge. But offensively, you're in a hole like this, the worst thing you can do is get desperate in a sack. Oh, it only adds further insult to injury.
Pressure's there, and he goes down again. And these guys need to find a way to hold up better for their QB. This offense now facing third down.
I think his decision-making wrote a check that his legs couldn't catch this time. This QB can run, and he's ranging, looking for space, looking for an outlet. But there was none to be had. No escape route available this time.
So we're down to 3 quarters remaining in our opening weekend of football. 20-0 is our score. Back to Soldier Field in just a moment. We're back and all set for the second quarter. Bears football. They're stuck behind the sticks on 3rd and long. Williams on the play action. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up.
In real estate, Kate, it's location, location, location. In football, it's rhythm, rhythm, rhythm. And you don't get 3rd down conversions, you get no rhythm.
And this will set them up wonderfully. That one bounces out inside the 35. Very short field ahead. First and 10 from the 32. Brought in left side by Jefferson. And he's brought down at the line.
Complete to Justin Jefferson. 1-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 31-yard line.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Operating from the gun, it's McCarthy. Short pass brought in. Running in the red zone. And it won't be a touchdown, Brock, but it sure was close. He winds up out of bounds just about a yard shy of the goal line. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
At the 1-yard line.
Here's a design run. And he runs it across. Touchdown! The Vikings making this a laugher before halftime. J.J. McCarthy the touchdown. His 4th total score of the game. And it's another miss. His 2nd extra point has been off the mark.
Will Record to kick off for the Vikings.
So now after his 2nd missed point after the game, he's hoping to strike this one a little better as he kicks it away. Here's Duvernay on the return. And he's brought down inside the 20 on an uneventful effort.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Bears making their way up to the line. Here comes 1st and 10. Williams from the gun. It's taken in by Roman Tunze. And they will finally catch up to him just a second before he can reach that 40. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
First down, Williams to throw. Hits his target, that's DJ Moore. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. And for somebody who's been picked off like he has, Brock, you gotta admire his determination to keep attacking these coverages.
Yeah, that is risk. Right into double coverage yet again. But this guy's got what I call a high belief factor in himself.
Now Williams. Connecting with his back here, Swift. And he's going to be drugged down, looks like at that 37-yard line. Big gainer here as he picks up 20. And that'll be 1st down, Chicago. We've set it downs from 37.
At the 37-yard line.
Again, it's Williams. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And he takes this in. Touchdown, Chicago. The Bears start to fight back with their first points of this game. You love seeing a tight end get the chance to show off those wheels, right? And in the best of cases, he could rumble the whole way home.
Kate, think of getting somebody with that type of mass rolling at full speed. Who's really going to want to stand in the way, wants to stop him anyhow? The answer, nobody.
That one right down the middle. And the Bears get it back to a 19-point deficit.
Cairo Santos to kick off for Chicago.
Santos has it all teed up and ready to send this away. Tony now to return it. The coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line.
Tony on the return. The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Minnesota into formation. It's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, McCarthy. Falls to the ground out left, incomplete.
Boy, offenses that connect in this intermediate zone are so effective. Getting the completion in that area, it not just sparks your offense, but it just turns that aggressive meter way up. They just couldn't quite find the connection.
Still 10 to go. It's 2nd down now from the 26. Now it's McCarthy. Flushed out of the pocket. Moving right. Airs it out. That's complete. Inside the 35-yard line. They're going to move the chains after a big play. 39 yards.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You got to get the big play. And that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
So the complexion of this drive has changed dramatically now. New set of downs inside the 35. Here's McCarthy on 1st and 10. Drops this one off to Edwards. And they're going to stop him, but he got enough to make it 1st and goal from the 8.
You just got to love that angle route. It's been around a long time, but think about it defensively, Kate. How many times you see the backs out of the backfield or just run to the flat? The great running backs know how to plant their foot, sell that flat route, break it off to an angle, and break off a 1st down.
Running behind center with Edwards. And they'll make this stop after a small push to the 5. They're 3 yards closer to the end zone. Here comes 2nd and goal.
SOS. You hear me talk about it between the 20s a lot. Stay on schedule. But it comes into play 1st and goal situations too. Because a run like that now, well, it leaves that whole playbook wide open for you.
They'll try and punch it in. And he will get into the end zone for a Minnesota touchdown. The Vikings continue dominating in our opening half. Reichert on for the point after. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Vikings grow their lead yet again. Here's Reichert set to kick this away. Here's Duvernay on the return. And he gave it his best to get to the 25, just a step or two short of it. He's out along the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
All right, working from the gun to start. 1st and 10. Williams off the play fake. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Ball and defender arrives at the exact same time there. And it's going to be 2nd down.
Fairly safe to say as that one falls incomplete this first half so far, it's not met the standard they set for themselves.
Second and 10 now. Williams. Cut by the open man. And he is hauled down right at that midfield stripe. It's a pickup of 26. And it'll be 1st down Bears.
6 yards. And the Bears, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Working from the gun, Williams. Check down into the hands of Swift. Racing down the left side. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Chicago! The Bears chop some of the lead off before the half. DeAndre Swift, the touchdown. Santos connects on the point after. And the Bears get it back to a 19-point deficit.
Bears 14. Santos to kick off for Chicago.
Santos has it all teed up and ready to send this away. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
So good field position to start with for the Vikings. It's 1st and 10. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Hits his running back. Running down the left side. And he can't get there, but what a gain. Down to the goal line. He's pushed out just a couple yards short. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
I think one of my favorite adjectives, I don't know why, it just sounds good off the lips, is shred. Shredding paper. Shredding the slopes. Or dude shredding a defense just like that.
Edwards. And his effort results in maybe 2 yards, but nothing more.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on 1st and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on 2nd down.
Line up the design keeper. And he'll bring it to the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. The Vikings boat racing them to the halftime locker room. J.J. McCarthy the touchdown. His 3rd of the game on the ground. And 3 first-half rushing touchdowns for him now, Brock. He's shouldering the load for him in scoring, no doubt. But we also have to keep in mind he's very close to what could be tying or even breaking the single-game record for a QB. Ooh, and he can't shake the defense. They track him down in the backfield, and this 2-point attempt fails.
39. Bears 14. Will Reichard to kick off for the Vikings.
Here's Reichard set to kick this away. Here's a return from the 7. And he gets to the 25, but not much further before going out.
At their own 26-yard line.
Chicago bringing the offense to the line. It's 1st and 10. On play action, Williams. Completed to his running back. Continuing to move past the 45. Now about 29 yards on that play, partner, as they get the chains reset.
That's just awesome, Kate. A little bit of multitasking on that catch. Primary focus, as I always say, is you got to catch it first. But out of the corner of his eye, he knew exactly where to go, and he gets a bunch of yak on top of it.
One play in, Brock, and this drive is already in enemy territory. Williams to throw on first. Bails out of the pocket quick. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
Once that quarterback broke the pocket, kind of turns into like a zone read option a little bit, Kate. You got a couple choices. Keep it yourself or try to force the throw. There was nowhere to go. He really should have used his legs.
After the incompletion, they come up on 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, here's Williams. He finds a Dunze downfield. And the stop comes at the 15-yard line as he gets them into the red zone. The Bears decide to call their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
First and 10 at the 15-yard line.
into the red zone after that big pickup. It's 1st and 10 from the 15. From the red zone on 1st. This one's caught. And this is down all the way to the 3. The Vikings call a timeout. It'll be their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
The nice thing about a drag route is it works versus zone. You can find that soft spot and get a completion, but they can be very effective when you got an excellent route runner running away on that drag route for man coverage.
4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. Here's Williams again. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
Okay, this defense finally said enough, ripped up that script. They have seen him be way too productive. Time to start fighting him for every single throw.
So the incompletion on 1st. Here is 2nd and goal. Stick it in the air. It's Williams. The Vikings bring pressure, and they got him. And quickly, their chances at the end zone are running out, Brock. It's 3rd and goal. Minnesota spends its 2nd time out here. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. Third and goal. The offense hoping something can finally go right here. Third and long for him here. And the Vikings will take over as this gets brought out to the 20-yard line. Well, they were thinking at least a field goal on the drive if they couldn't reach the end zone, right? But the interception keeps them from even getting 3 out of this possession.
You really hope at the end of this game you don't look back and go, shoulda, woulda, coulda. If we could have gotten some points out of that drive early, we wouldn't be in the situation we are in now.
And the stop will be made as he gets this up to about the 18. Now the Vikings use their 3rd and final timeout. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half.
Something out of nothing, Kate, that may as well be listed on his resume because he's so good at it. Caught that one near the line, and after that it was all him, turning a modest pass into far more than a modest gain.
Here's McCarthy, 1st and 10. Oh, he put everything he had into that throw. That's grabbed inside the 30. And he has it down near the red zone, just outside the 20.
It's a gain of 60 yards. 1st down, Vikings.
So we're through 2 quarters now. Still a half of football to be played. We'll be back with more of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see what the first half adjustments of the season are as they're teed up, and away we go in our 2nd half. Here's Duvernay on the return. Only manages to get this back to the 20 before he's taken down.
On the return, the Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10. Back to work after throwing the pick. Secured by Burton on the slant. And they get him 5 yards as he gets this up to the 25.
Good luck defending that short yardage slant. Just not going to happen. There's a reason this is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
Williams will look to throw. Looking right, and he finds him. And he's down very close to that first, but looks like he is stopped just in time after a gain of 4. Battle coming up on 3rd and inches. Williams from the gun. Connecting with his back here, Swift. And they're able to drive him out as he reaches the 45. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
Hey, Kate, they don't rightly care who it's going to go to in that situation. All they really care about are the results on 3rd down. And that's exactly the result they needed. Enough to keep this drive moving.
Let's see how they attack this 1st down, partner, from the 45. Again, it's Williams. And they pick him up again. Picked by Derek Forrest. And the Vikings are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season.
4 picks, 1 game. Yeah, I get it. They've not all been his fault, but it isn't any easier to stomach. For the sake of his mental game, I think it's about time to limit things to short, easy passes or simply take him off this field altogether.
Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9 at the 41-yard line.
From the shotgun, McCarthy. Got a lock behind this one. Downfield it goes. And he's got it. It's in close. Touchdown, Minnesota. The Vikings push their lead further to start the half. Reichert on for the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Vikings continue piling onto this lead. Here's Reichert set to kick this away. Here's Duvernay on the return. And he's brought down inside the 20 on an uneventful effort.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Bears making their way up to the line. Here comes 1st and 10. Shaking off the pick quickly. He's going to throw. That'll be incomplete to start the new set of downs. Looking for his wide receiver there. So 2nd down coming up.
That just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted, even on some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
No luck on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10. Now Williams. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
This defense, they had a plan, and they've done an excellent job executing it. Instead of a main character, they've reduced this receiver to a footnote. Kudos to the job collectively on defense.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down.
Motion.
They'll throw 3rd and long. And the incompletions continuing to stack up here, Brock. 3 straight plays as the defender knocks it away. Now it's 4th down.
Kate, as a quarterback, that is so rough. Incomplete, incomplete, incomplete. You're going to go to the sidelines, you're going to look at that tablet, and you're going to try to figure out how in the heck do we turn this around.
3 straight passes have hit the ground, but here we go. They're going for it on 4th. They don't get this snapped in time. This is going to back them up. Must have lost sight of the play clock there, Brock, because the quarterback could have snapped it in time, but instead, they take the penalty. After the penalty, let's see how their composure is on this 4th down. They will go for it. Williams. It's on target to Moore. Breaks free in the center of the field. And they're going to have it all the way down near the 25.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
To the air yet again, Williams. Finds him over the middle. And he gets this forward to the 19.
Hey, you like these results on first. That completion right there, right in the window where all options are now available to you on second down. That playbook wide open.
Offense is set. This is 2nd and 2. Working from the gun, Williams. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Third down and 2 here. The offense coming to the line for its 7th play of this drive. Didn't get that one off in time. This is going to be a delay of game. Can't get the play off in time, and I'm going to wager the call is going to come in much quicker, Brock, for this next snap. And that delay of game certainly ups the difficulty on this 3rd down. They need 7. To the air on 3rd and long. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
Well, that took some force right there. That took some serious defensive effort to force the incompletion. You're not going to see a lot of guys ever let go of a football when they got a 1st down right in their midst. But that force, that contact, separated man from ball.
On 4th down, it's Williams. Oh, brother, it's another interception. Caleb Farley has it. And the Vikings are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season. have seen this happen before, partner. 3 interceptions in a row. We're going to spare the quarterbacks who've done it. Not going to mention any names, but, man, not a list that he wanted to join.
Yeah, he probably stopped throwing the ball. Like, stop throwing the ball. Did I say that out loud?
That was out loud, yeah. Here's McCarthy on 1st and 10. Cut for big yards on the right side. He finds space, middle of the field. He does it. Touchdown, Minnesota. The Vikings pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive.
Yeah, right there. That is why teams will draft tight ends and take them really high in the draft, especially when they can be game changers after the catch. That was just a dynamic effort.
That one splits the uprights. And the Vikings tack on 7 more to their lead. Here's Reichert set to kick this away. Here's Duvernay on the return. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20.
On the return, the Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Chicago bringing the offense to the line. It's 1st and 10. Not deterred by that pick. He's throwing again. And the first play of the series is going to be an incomplete pass intended for his running back there. And that brings up 2nd down.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Second and 10 now. Williams. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. It's sack number 4 in the game for him. This one makes it 3rd down.
This overwhelming pressure and these sacks after sacks after sacks. Well, it's built this lead, and you know it's the way they want to finish it.
Not an enviable spot as they come up 3rd and long. Here he goes, 3rd and long. He's got him, that's Swift. And it's a nice game, but still not enough for the first.
I know that completion doesn't move the chains. I love it nonetheless. You make sure that defense is aware of every eligible player going out. And this time it was out of the backfield with the running back that shows he's adept at catching it as well. Looks like this is the moment they're going to make their comeback push. They're going for it on 4th. They're going for this. And they pick him off again. And the Vikings are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season. Well, we're watching the defense not just generate turnovers, but really add to them. A return like that, think about it. That's 4 or 5 plays that you just saved your offense from as they try to make that interception, yet another one, count.
McCarthy fires out wide, complete. And he takes this in. Touchdown, Minnesota. The Vikings parlay the interception into points. It's a Justin Jefferson touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. This one is up and good. And the Vikings Vikings continue adding on to that lead. Here's Reichert set to kick this away. Here's Duvernay on the return. Only manages to get this back to the 20 before he's taken down.
The Bears take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Bears making their way up to the line. Here comes first and 10. Back to work they go after the interception. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Not thrown the direction of DJ Moore. So it'll be second down.
Well, that was almost one of those nice chunk plays you like to see in the NFL, Kate, before he was able to recover and provide the hit and ultimately dislodge the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays down the field.
Throwing again on second, Williams. Big strike here to Moore. He gets loose down the right side. And out of bounds he goes on that big pickup. They're inside the red zone now. One of the game's biggest plays right there as they get the markers reset.
Kate, I've probably seen a million balls thrown in my life, and maybe even more. From the time I was in high school all the way here to the pros, and over all these decades of watching guys throw it, and I'll tell you what, I never get tired of watching a laser like that.
Working inside the red zone. And they pick him off again! And the Vikings get it as he makes his third interception in this game.
I think it's safe to say his day is beyond repair now, if it wasn't long ago. He just hasn't been reading these coverages at all, and is clearly not on the same page with his receivers. I think it really is now time to think about his confidence for future games and get him out of this ball game.
Look at that power, deep left side. They connect on the deep shot. Into the red zone. And he takes this in. Touchdown, Minnesota. The Vikings pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. It's a Justin Jefferson touchdown. His third through the air this game. That is his sixth passing score of the game. A lot of quarterbacks could go several weeks without throwing that many touchdowns. And now, keep in mind, he's only one off the NFL record of 7 in a single game. That one right down the middle. And they'll continue adding to their lead.
Will Reichert to kick off for the Vikings.
Here's Reichert set to kick this away. Starting at the 10. And a decent run back is going to end as they bring him down inside the 30.
At their own 28-yard line.
Chance here for one final play before the end of our quarter. First down throw by Williams. That one falls incomplete and brings us to the end of this third quarter. All right, we've reached the final quarter of Monday Night Prime Time. It's the Bears with the ball, but they enter the fourth at a massive deficit. Almost had back-to-back interceptions. A chance for him now to clean things up here on second down. the gun. Here's Williams. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's going to be driven out by a defender just before he can get it up to midfield. They get 19 on that pickup. And that'll be first down, Chicago.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a first down.
First and 10 now from the 46. Williams from the gun. And they pick him off again. Byron Murphy picks it. And the Vikings are going to have it after his second interception of the season.
You know, my dad was my old high school coach. He was a play caller. He was an offensive guy. And after days like this, and I remember one in particular, he'd say, son, some days peanuts, some days shells. This has been nothing but a bunch of shells for this quarterback today.
Now start the drive with Edwards. And he can only manage 1 yard. The defenders were at the ready to bring him down.
This offense is now left with some ground to make up a little bit here on second down. After that drive starts with a very minimal gain.
To the right, hauled in by Jefferson. He's off to the races. And he takes this in. Touchdown, Minnesota. The Vikings running them out of the building. It's a Justin Jefferson touchdown. A fourth for him in this game, and one more ties the record. One after try good by Reichert. And they'll continue adding to their lead. Here's Reichert set to kick this away. Here's Duvernay on the return. Ooh, poor effort there. He only gets it to the 15 before he's taken down.
The Bears take over first and 10 at their own 15-yard line.
First call here coming from the shotgun. Back to work after throwing the pick. Vikings get there. They're going to win this round. And nice work by the defense to start this drive out. It's a sack on the first play.
I think we've reached the point of the game, Kate, where I got to make my PSA. Protect the quarterback, and quarterback, protect yourself.
Now here's Williams. He's got it to him yet again, and that one is caught. And he'll get this up to the 18-yard line.
When there's heat, that blitz coming off the snap, that QB's eyes, you could see it right away. He got to his check down in a hurry. But, Kate, here's the key. Quarterback and running back have to be on the same page. The two were right there, and it netted some positive yards.
Third down, here's Williams. And he didn't get enough into that throw. That's low and incomplete, so they're going to be facing fourth down coming up.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along their routes. And your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time? Well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
Now, can't blame him looking at that scoreboard, right? Might as well go for this on fourth down. Desperation time here. And they'll turn it over on downs as that pass comes up empty and off the field they go.
You know, Kate, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense to get one more stop to get off the field, and that's exactly what they did.
All right, working from the gun to start. First and 10. Cut near the goal line. And that's a Minnesota touchdown. The Vikings throwing 6 more on the blowout. It's a Justin Jefferson touchdown. The 5th of the game for him, tying the NFL single-game record. That one splits the uprights. and they'll continue adding to their lead.
Will Reichard to kick off.
Here's Reichard set to kick this away. Return starts from the goal line. They'll have a long field ahead of him, partners. He's wrapped up shy of the 15.
Return. The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line.
Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10. To throw, Williams. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. DeAndre Swift, his intended target there out of the backfield. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Here's Williams. Catch is made down the right sideline. And this play's going to come to an end at the 27. That's going to go as a gain of 13 yards. And it'll be 1st down Bears.
1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Design quarterback run here. Got him a good handful there as it brings up 2nd down.
Really good patience right there. It's hard to do for runners in this league because these holes close up so fast. But he was patient, he was explosive, and he got a nice little gain on the ground.
This time he's looking to throw. Dumped off to his running back. And he's going to have this down to the 42-yard line. A gain of 26 yards there. And that'll be 1st down Chicago.
And the Bears go 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Running with Swift out of the gun. And he scampers ahead and gets 2 on the carry.
It's
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Working from the gun, Williams hits his running back. And this one does not go far.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
Williams to throw on 3rd. Pass brought in by Burden. And he takes it across the 30 before heading out. Offense getting set. Here's 1st and 10. Williams will look to throw. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Couldn't find DJ Moore on that throw. And now they face 2nd down. They haven't found it easy to score in this one, Brock, and physicality just like that, a big reason why.
And it usually is, Kate. I love defensive coordinators when they say, hey, it's not just what you see, it's what you hear. And you could hear the physicality of that knocking the ball loose.
Second and 10, still at the 28. Here's Williams again. Vikings bring pressure, and they got him. And that pushes them back. Third down coming up.
Time we offered some serious blanket praise for this entire group defensively. The guys up front, they've certainly generated the pressure. Everybody on the back end in coverage, well, they're holding down their assignments to delay these throws. This is going to be one tomorrow, one fun tape to watch, because 6 sacks, it's hard to come by in this league.
Williams with 3rd and long. He finds a Dunze downfield. He's going to be stopped, but not before dealing some damage. He's down to the 12. Well, most drives should end right there, but they beat the defense and convert on 3rd and 17.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. They hit a curl route of that length. It takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
From the red zone on 1st. Drops it underneath, Swift. And he's brought down after a short gain.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
Williams set to pass. Has it down close. And in for the Chicago touchdown. The Bears putting up points in a game decided. Now, this one has been a long game, no doubt. But, hey, something positive to look back on there.
But they didn't quit, Kate, and I know that sounds a little cliche at this professional level, but it really is an important thing. This one will still hurt, but they showed some execution and fire.
They can make the loss 1 point closer at least. And it's up and good, and they'll get one last tally in the final act of this ball game. So the Vikings pick up the win on the road. And this isn't just any 1-0 start for them. They pick up what could end up being a key division victory to have later in this season. That'll do it for us, for Brock Heward and our entire hard-working crew. I'm Kate Scott. This has been the NFL on EA Sports. The Vikings emerge as winners as we say so long from Chicago.